Hello, welcome back to the workshop. In the last video I was making the parts for the pendulum and the crutch assembly. On this video I'll be working on the front part of the clock. I'm going to be making a bezel. Before I start making the bezel I'm going to start making the dowel pillars and feet, and I'll fasten them to the frames. All I need to make the dowel pillars and feet is some 3/8 brass, 10 screws, some 2mm screws and some 2mm cap heads. Right, well that's the feet and pillars complete. Next I need to mark out the front frame. for the pillars. The pillars will be going somewhere where I put the black ink. On there and there. Here's the chapter ring, and I've taken some dimensions off it. These are the dimensions I got from the chapter ring. I want the feet to land on the centre line, which is 132.5. But the only dimension I need from now on is the radius, which is 66.25. To be able to get the exact same radius on all three pillars, I need to know the angle from the centre to this part of the frame. And because of the frames are a strange shape, I don't know that, so I'll show you how I'm going to do it. First of all, I'm going to measure that part of the frame, which comes to 7.8. I'll set my vernier to half of that, 3.9. Just draw a line. That puts me somewhere in the middle of that part. Next, I'm going to scribe a very faint line to the centre arbor. Now that I've marked out the line, I can take it to the milling machine. I'm going to use the same plate as what I used for milling out the frames. With the frames clocked true on the centre line, I'm now clocking the centre arbor. Right, I'll just explain what I did. Imagine this being the line that I scribed on the frames. What I did then, I clocked up the centre arbor, which is here. I pitched out and just touched on that line there anywhere, it doesn't matter where you touch. All I wanted to know was two figures there, the X and the Y. Once I got them, I was able to work out the angle, which is 22.56 degrees. So I'm moving over. So what I really want is 66.25. So using the same angle and the radius that I really want, I'm able to determine my X and Y. So I can drill the holes in the right place. So I'll do that now. I'll go back to the machine and drill the holes. Well, that's the pillars complete and fastened to the frames. They're all on the same radius, so I can copy the same coordinates onto the bezel. For the bezel, I'm going to use this 3mm brass. But first of all, I'll take it over to the milling machine and drill some holes. Now that the holes are drilled, I can put it on the rotary table. Okay. I'm now good to mill out the rebate. While I've got it set up like this, I can drill and countersink the holes to suit the pillars. Now's a good time to put a small dot on top dead centre. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to use a file to put some radiuses on. Right, well that's the bezel complete. So what I'll do now, I'll put these back into the frames and I'll bring it back. What I'll do now is put the chapter ring in. You can see the top dead centre mark I put on there, so I'll use that to line up with the 12 o'clock. Right, well that's the bezel made. Next I need to make some parts for the centre harbour and the motion works. So thank you very much for watching this video and I'll see you on the next one.